Welcome to Ask and Learn.
Good day. To answer this question, let us first define what is meant by spontaneous and non-spontaneous process. A spontaneous process is any process that occurs without the help of external agencies, or in other words, it occurs on its own. It follows that a non-spontaneous process is one that needs a driving force or an external agency for it to be for it to proceed. So in other words, it doesn't occur on its own. It needs to be driven. It needs to be started up for it to be for it to occur. So for example, or let us consider the case of a ripening banana. We know that fruits have a tendency to ripen. So ripening of fruit, or specifically banana, is a spontaneous process. It occurs on its own. And we know that because banana has its own tendency to ripen. Next is dissolution of sugar in hot coffee. When placed in hot coffee, what happens to the sugar is that it naturally dissolves. So thus, it is a spontaneous process. So it is much even more spontaneous when you place it in hot coffee than in cold coffee. Next, we have formation of N2, or say reaction of N atoms to form N2 molecule at 25 degrees Celsius and 1 atm. So this process is also spontaneous. Note that nitrogen occurs as a diatomic molecule under standard conditions. So you will rarely see N atoms, and you commonly see, or you commonly encounter, nitrogen as molecular nitrogen, or N2. Next, we have the lightning. So lightning happens when there's a uh, interaction between charges. And since lightning is a natural process, it's a natural phenomenon, thus it is also a spontaneous process. And finally, we have formation of CH4 and oxygen from CO2 and water at room temperature and 1 atmosphere. So notice that we are specifying the conditions such as temperature and pressure here. So we must understand that certain processes can be spontaneous or not spontaneous depending on the condition. So in this case, under normal conditions such as room temperature and 1 atmosphere, you don't normally form CH4 and oxygen out of CO2 and H2O. So it follows that this process is non-spontaneous. What is spontaneous is the reverse process, that is the formation of CO2 and H2O from CH4 and O2. So this is a combustion reaction wherein Methane, or CH4, reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and H2O. So this is a much such reaction has a more tendency to occur than the formation of CH4 and O2 from carbon dioxide and water. So there, out of those five processes listed, only the last process is non-spontaneous. So I hope that helped.